Bro, this is sick. Today we're going to take this all apart. We're going to get all the bolts off, and then hopefully we can get the Evo engine on the stand so we can disassemble it, put it all onto the table that we've got now. We actually bought this for 10 quid, by the way. We're going to be rebuilding the engine, that's why. Hopefully it's going to do the job, and this is where all the magic is going to happen. We actually cleared up the whole unit. It's looking a lot more clearer right now. Let's get to work and get straight to it. We start off removing the drive shafts from the engine, which involves a size 25 bolt in the center of the disc. Yes, these bolts, nothing new here. We had to put a screwdriver in the disc to stop it from spinning so we can get the bolt off. There are two 18 bolts connected to the tie rod from the wheel hub that needs freeing. We do the same for the other side, to which we had to saw off the safety pins because they were seized on, and then we hammered the drive shaft out from the wheel hub. We then hoist up the engine so we could push the front subframe off and hammer both drive shafts out from the front all-wheel drive diff. The all-wheel drive diff drive shaft was a bit tricky as we needed a special tool designed only for the Evo to remove this. So we screwed a bolt, we wrapped a chain around it, and we hammered it out. It took us a while, but we got there in the end. The gearbox mount off. What a big success. It took us a few hours to get the all-wheel drive diff off as the bolts were all in awkward places and some were seized. We had to remove the inlet manifold off and to make more space, to which again we had so many bolts and pipes that needed removing. In the end we managed to get the all-wheel drive diff off, and now we move on to removing the gearbox. We were scratching our heads because we took all the gearbox bolts off. The gearbox was still stuck, and then we soon come to realise that there is no ordinary clutch. It has a twin plate pull type where it grabs onto the clutch. We had to remove the levers inside the gearbox to set it free. After a while of fiddling about with the screwdriver, we managed to do it, and then the gearbox came off with ease. Okay, right, let's just keep going, man. We then removed the twin plate clutch and the flywheel off, which was bolted on with 6 size bolts that needed a lot of rotation to break free. The clutch was in good condition considering the car being parked up for over 6 years. It is now time to put the engine on the stand. We bought one off eBay and we needed bolts to attach it together. I managed to buy some off B&Q, but I had to saw the engine stand bolts off as they needed to be 3.0 long in order to be a perfect fitment. We hoisted up the engine to test it and it worked perfectly. Fuck, so sick. But I'm new to all this, so me seeing it now, it's like, yo, that is mad. Bro, this is sick. Oh my days. The center bolt that spins the crank was really seized, and fingers crossed it broke free without snapping. And we then removed the auxiliary belts from all the tensioners, and also noticing it's all been previously changed as it all looks almost brand new. And all the white marking, it shows that it's been done previously. We start removing all the tensioners. Most of the bolts were size 12. From them marks right there, innit? Well, that's good. We now remove all the injectors and then remove the rocker cover bolts for them to be removed. To tell you guys, yeah, waited for something like this my entire life, bro. Straight up, man, no joke. Humble beginnings. I never seen anything like this. We still got to empty the oil out. You know, when I first got this car, yeah, I was literally skimping through life. I put your car parts engine oil in there. We had the help of Global Imports Moshabs. With his experience, he advised that we remove the engine bolts by hand and not using a drill to avoid any mistakes. There was 25 bolts size 14 to remove the dual cams. We removed the spark plugs that have been there for more than 7 years, finding out to be NGK. So the engine has been looked after and it's in really good condition. We used a 12-sided size bolt to remove the head bolts. We just kept getting shocked with how clean the Evo 4G63 engine was.
I know you're pretty, but not that pretty.
I'd rather have a sick car, man, than
of course, bro, yeah.
Yo,
That looks very clean, man.
yeah. That's a clean engine right there.
You get to the camera.
Number 2. Wow. I did say this engine is running good, man. I sent this to Mexico and everything.
No scratches.
It's clean or what?
MLS.
Yeah, MLS. Yeah.
Oh, sick. Parts engine.
The turbo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look how black that is.
Mm-hmm.
I told you. I didn't want to change it, bro. I told you. This used to be a running car, nice bare block. Still more in this thing, bro. After being parked for many years and the whole car being completely rusted out, it was shocking. And this engine has over 83,000 miles. It was now time to remove the oil sump, and thankfully the bolts wasn't rusted out. This is it. A block of gold over here. Whoa. To be honest, it looks quite gold, to be honest, in the camera if you watch it. Mad. Looks good though.
Got the same star cradle as the RB.
It's mad to see that here. That's how they measure it. Size 10, 3 bolts to remove the oil pickup. 4 bolts for the baffle. Removing 10 bolts, size 17 to get access to the crankshaft. Check that out, man. Each conrod had 2 bolts connected that needed removing and softly hammered down, and at the time we removed all the main bearings. In order to remove the crankshaft, the engine wall had to be removed by 8 bolts, size 12. Not far from this. They look alright.
They look very good.
Not bad.
Wow. Guess the miles were right on the car. Well, that's good news, isn't it? Yes, I'm the winner. Yeah, that looks mad. So this is the piston number 3. It's mad. Piston number
2.
Look how that does. It's number 3.
It's okay, no, it's not bad. It's okay.
Yeah, that is pretty. There we go. The last one like that, does it?
You'll have to roll over it again. Stand the block has a mark on there as well.
There you go. Say again? I did think that, man. I'll get another one there next
Not for
week.
now, alright.
Then we can make it more spacious.
Yeah, spacious. I was going to have one unit, but I don't need to do it there.
Oh, they're on now.
I'm knocking on the gate soon.
Whoa. Whoa. That's mad, that is. What the hell is that supposed to be, man? Now there was 4 size 10s left on the other side, but they were so awkward to get to, so we had to remove the block from the engine stand to avoid rounding the bolts.
Even the camera dropped. Even the camera dropped.
Like dropping a baby. Probably around 80 kg. Check this out. Look at the gap. Look at the gap. There you go. Main bearings. It's clean, yeah? It's still heavy, that is. Yes, heavy. I told you, bro. With the crank, I'd say 80, yeah?
I had to do my whole squat to pick it up.
Get me, bro. I told you when the baby was gonna drop. I'm telling you, I felt it. That's everything.
Be a cameo.
Yeah, bro. Mad. Quick thumbnail picture. Wow. That was mad. Okay, I'm done, man. We've come a long way since we started the restoration build on the Evo, stripping it to bare metal, removing the drive chain, and now the engine in pieces. It's only a matter of time before it all comes back together. Only faith and hope keeps us moving forward. Thank you for supporting the Evo series as it goes a long way. And don't forget to drop a comment and like the video and stay tuned for the next vid. Peace. And until next time, so far, that's how far we've come. Let's keep going.